yo, what's going on? What's going on, good people? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Happy, Tenacious, and Truthful Tuesday, back again with another episode of SR Daily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, and you are tuned into episode 495. Episode 495, just 5 episodes away from our next milestone episode, 500. I am extremely grateful, honored, excited to be approaching 500 episodes, man. 500 episodes is no easy feat, right? At all. It is nothing easy about doing 500 episodes in theory, but in reality, it's not easy, no way. But it's just fucking consistency. Just keep going no matter what. Don't stop. Show up. That's the half the battle is showing up. Half the battle is showing up. Can you show up even when you don't feel like it? Can you show up even when everything is telling you that you shouldn't show up, that when you should take this break, take this rest, stay in the bed? You got real stuff happening in your life, but like when you got a passion and a purpose, you got to do it, because nobody could do it for you. Nobody could do this show for me. I got to do it. This is something that I've always wanted to do. This is part of my dream. This is part of my purpose, is to create content, is to be a talk show host, and to build a talk show brand. And it starts here. And we are at 500 episodes in 5 days. 5 days, 5 episodes, 7 days, 5 episodes away. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then next Tuesday, November 18th, we are in Queensbridge at the Community Center for the 500th episode of SR Daily. And that's halfway to 1,000, which is halfway to 2,000, right? Which is a freaking quarter of the way, a fifth of the way to 10,000. And we're going to keep going. We're going to do this show until I die. That's it. We're going to do this show until I die. Again, it may change time, right? It may evolve into something else, but SR Daily is a show that I intend to do for the rest of my life. Even when we do the Sugar Ray Show, even when we do other media, talk shows, other things like that, SR Daily, because SR Daily is like, it's me daily, it's Sugar Ray Daily, so I'm going to do this forever, right? Again, the content may get shorter, right? It may be 5 minutes, where 5 minutes I'm every day going live, right? Because we're going to grow. We're going to grow, and we're going to do professional studio shows, and we're going to be working on film sets, and we're going to do all of that. All of the dreams are going to come true. All of the goals are going to manifest. Why? Because they're plans. They're plans that I am actively working on, actively working towards. And so it's all going to happen. So this show, it will evolve into something else. I don't know what that something else is, but it will evolve. But it's my baby. SR Daily and the Sugar Ray Show are going to be my two babies, right? We're going to do another show, Healthiest Person on Earth, right? We're going to do a couple of other things. But this and the Sugar Ray Show are my babies. They're like, I see the studio, right? With the big SR Daily, right? Whatever it's called, not plaque. I forgot what it's called. Not emblem. I can't remember. But the big SR Daily sign hanging, right? SR Daily on the wall, right? Then you see the Sugar Ray Show in the next studio, right? SR Daily shows, Sugar Ray Show is a little bit different, right? SR Daily is a little more intimate. The Sugar Ray Show is a little more public, right? But yeah, man, yo, Cousin Dozen, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, Cousins Dozen? My brother Todd, the donatologist. Jones, what's going on, big brother? Appreciate you. Much love. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Annette. Eddie Kruger, what's going on, my brother? So, Annette, it is the logo, but I'm talking about like the big, because it's not considered, is the thing that hangs on, not an awning, but yeah, I forgot what it's called. Anyway, Mona Love, what's going on? Listen, guys, we're going to get the show started. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. You are tuned into episode 495 of SR Daily on this beautiful Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. 1 day away from Mona's 47th birthday. I'm super excited and super happy to celebrate her tonight and tomorrow and the rest of the week, man. It started last night with going to the Queens World Film Festival here in Astoria at Kaufman Theater to support some indie filmmakers, some short films, We're gonna talk about that later, but super excited. Man, you guys know I love birthdays. I love celebrating people's birthdays. We got some stuff in store for her. Super excited about that, man. But let's get the show rolling, guys. We're gonna start with our first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a word of the day. Today's word is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. You guys know I am 3 weeks. 3 weeks. This is week 10, week 11, and then week 12, and then I'll probably take a week to review and study. 12 weeks is done, and then we take final exam. I got to finish my 9th exam from last week. I didn't do that. I got to finish that tonight so I can start my 10th lesson, which is this week, right? Do the end of the week. Lesson number 10, week 10. But so neuroplasticity is something in my brain science, right? Brain coaching program, something in neuroscience, essentially. Neuroplasticity is defined as the ability of the brain to form and reorganize synaptic connections, especially in response to learning or experience or following injury. It is the brain's ability to change, adapt, and reorganize itself throughout your life in response, once again, to experiences, learning, or injury. It's like your brain can rewire itself to form new connections and adjust how it processes information, which is how we learn new skills and recover from things like brain damage. This is real and it's necessary. This is real and it is necessary. This is one of the beauties of life, because although your brain absolutely works against you and has worked against you and will continue to work against you, you can rewire it and you can make it your friend. You can develop a healthy relationship, right? Based on your mind, right? Based on because the mind is outside of the brain, right? The brain has its mechanisms, it has its working. Your mama called you, right? Your mama said you ain't shit. That freaking boyfriend you had abused you, right? Your papa left, right? Your child died, right? All of the different things that shape us, trauma in our brain, memories that are instilled, that are wired and hardwired in to our brain. Neuroplasticity says that we can shift that, right? And neuroplasticity comes after neurogenesis. Neurogenesis is the creation just of new atoms, of new cells inside the brain. New cells are created, but 80% of them die like within 48 hours. So you got to constantly new neurogenesis, right? More neurogenesis, more neurogenesis. How do you create more healthy cells more cells in your brain? Healthy cells in your brain specifically, right, is through the 6 pillars of a healthy brain, right? Love, LMNNOP, love, movement, novelty, right? Nature, I forgot what the O was. Omega-3s, right? Healthy diet, and pause, rest. 6 ways that you can create a healthy brain, that you can foster new cells being born in a healthy way. And you keep it up and you keep it up, which is why you got to keep moving, which is why you got to keep listening to positive things, which is why you got to keep going, right? Don't just do a thing one time and expect it to stick. No, repetition is how we learn. Repetition is how we grow. Repetition is how we fuel ourselves to keep going and keep growing and to keep glowing, right? But neurogenesis, then we have neuroplasticity. You can rewire your brain. All of the things that happen, all of the challenges, all of the struggles, all of the pains in your life that you've experienced, you can rewire your brain. You can reframe the story, right? You were abused, you were traumatized, you were betrayed, right? And it caused real brain damage. So like brain damage is not just physical brain damage. And even then you can create, right? Neuroplasticity happens and you can still rewire your brain, but specifically in a damage that happens when it's not a physical damage, like you didn't get hit in your head, but some shit happened that caused brain damage. You can rewire your brain, right? Yeah, and no, it's not a backdrop, right? Not a backdrop. Again, I forgot what it's called. It's like an awning, right? So to speak. Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, that's our word of the day, neuroplasticity. Get into it. All right. Hold on. I wanted to actually read something about neuroplasticity, right? So there are ways to increase our neuroplasticity, right? Focus on learning new skills, exercising regularly, prioritizing quality sleep, and managing stress. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities like learning a new language or instrument, practicing mindfulness, meditation can help strengthen your brain's ability to change and adapt. Mentally stimulate your brain, learn a new skill, take up a new language, learn to play an instrument, try a creative pursuit like painting or writing, solve puzzles, challenge yourself with new and difficult puzzles, games, or reading material, engage in new experiences, novelty, right? Take different routes to work, travel, or explore new places to force your brain out of autopilot. so deep. We are constantly in system one. It's just autopilot. We just do what we do. You brush your teeth, autopilot. You make your bed, autopilot. You wake up, autopilot. You drop your children at school, autopilot. You go to work, autopilot. We need to get in system two thinking when we are rational, when we are thinking, and we are actually aware of what we're doing, why we're doing it, the impact that it's having. Prioritize your physical health. Exercise regularly. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercise per week, plus strength training. Exercise increases brain-derived neurotropic factor BDNF, which is essential for brain cell growth. Eat a brain-healthy diet. Focus on a diet rich in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. A plant-based diet similar to the Mediterranean diet is often recommended. Listen, plant-based is taking over. All right. Get enough quality sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. I will argue that this is different. This changes based on the amount of food you're eating, not just what you're eating, but the amount of food that you're eating. When you eat less food, you don't need as much sleep because you don't need as much time to process food, right? And rest during the day, meditation, rest, like learning how to rest even when you're awake. It helps, but you do need some sleep, right? But I don't think you need 7, 8 hours of sleep. And this is just, and it's not just my theory. There are many other people who say you don't need 7, 8 hours of sleep. Many people who do, many people who don't. Find what works best for you, right? But one thing sleep is good for. It's crucial for consolidating memories and allowing the brain to repair itself. Manage stress and cultivate a positive mindset. Practice mindfulness and meditation. These activities can enhance focus and prevent cognitive decline by helping you stay present. Manage stress. Long-term stress can be harmful to the brain. Find healthy ways to cope, such as deep breathing exercises, listening to music, or spending time in nature. And then it follows up with stay socially connected. Strong social ties protect cognitive health and are beneficial for brain function. So get those people, those negative people, whether they're your parents, listen. There are people who are with negative spouses. Spouses who talk shit to them, who don't believe in their dreams. And I know that is hard. We can talk about yesterday, because one of the films spoke about how hard it is to get out of, to leave a relationship where you feel you're being abused because you want the person to like you still. You don't want to cause no friction. But God damn it, get out of there, man. Leave. Leave. A person is not right for you, for your brain. It's literally fucking up your brain. Right. So be around people who love you, who encourage you, who believe in your wild ideas, right? Who reinforce the things that you do well, not just the people who always talk about what you do wrong. Listen, I was in a marriage, man, where I could do nothing right. The things I did right is what I was supposed to be doing. The things I did wrong, how could you do that? It's I thought people make mistakes. Shit happens. Shit happens. Right. So leave those people. Simple as that. And clearly, if it's not your spouse, if it's a sibling, if it's a friend, if it's whoever else, stop fucking with them. You don't got to hang with them. It doesn't matter how long you knew the person. It doesn't matter what the dynamic is. If they are not good for you, they're not good for you. You don't need to be around them, right? Because you will suffer. And then the people who you do love, who are treating you well, they're going to pay the price. Happens all the fucking time. Right? I don't know what you're saying. Doratran. I don't know what you're saying, girl. Let's move right along to our second segment of the day, our Needs and News of the day. Listen, yesterday, I was Kimona's +1 for the 15th annual Queens World Film Festival for the first time, my first time attending. I've attended other film festivals here in Queens, but that was my first time attending the Queens World Film Festival. I've heard about it. I've known about it. I should have been involved, right? But, I'll be doing my own thing, man. Black chalk lines, what's going on? I'll be doing my own thing. I'll be lost in the sauce sometimes, consumed with whatever is happening. But yesterday's 15th annual Queens World Film Festival was freaking dope. Absolutely magnificent. We went to the Take This block of films, which was slated as 7 films that don't back down, 7 films that addressed real serious issues from therapy and impact of social media and death and illness and family dynamics and addiction and freaking abuse. And it was heavy. It was dope though. The films were incredible. The Q&A afterwards was fucking beautiful. I am extremely inspired. I was able to connect with some of the filmmakers and actors. One of the creators, a Black woman from Brooklyn that Kimona put me onto, created a dope film called Zeke, right? And Zeke was in Brooklyn. It was in a barbershop, and it was a guy was being Zeked, right, by his barber. His barber was cool. He was lit. Like everybody fucked with him, but he Zeked his brother, and he had Zeked him prior. And the brother now not addressing the barber at home with his lady, like she's like, yo, you lost your appetite. Like you need to do something. You need to address it, right? And he's making excuses for why not. He's having challenge shaving, and he ends up addressing it. And come to find out, he's not the only one. Barber has Zeked other people, right? And it was just a metaphor, or not a metaphor, but that film was a way to talk about abuse and rape and how people don't come out right away, right? Because of the connection to the person, because of who the person is, right? Because of the embarrassment, right? So many different reasons when abuse happens, we don't come out right away. And because I was abused, right? I would say not even fortunately, right? Just, because again, I'm learning. I was gonna say fortunate it wasn't by a man. I wasn't abused by a man. I was abused by two girls, right? Two girls who were older than me. I was younger. I was real young, one of them, and they were 4 or 5 years older than me. I don't even know if it was abuse because they were also children. This shit is fucking deep, and like this shit is a lot. But coerced. I like to say I was coerced to engage in sexual activity before I fucking knew what sexual activity was, before I should have known what sexual activity was, before I was ready for sexual activity. I was coerced to engage in, right? And like a few people know now, I've never made it like, I speak publicly what happened, but I haven't put the people on blast. I haven't confronted them, right? But few people who I've been with and a few close people know what happened and who it was. Various different situations. Right. But yeah, that film was fucking beautiful, man. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful, heavy and real. And if you know me, you know that film and TV are my first love, right? Filmmaking, TV. Like I'm a creator, I'm an actor at heart before even being a writer and a director. I guess I am because I'm a storyteller. I'm a storyteller at heart. Because I think my acting and writing are simultaneous, right? Because I've come up with my own characters. Even just at home, I'm always doing different voices, right? Coming up with different scenes and scenarios. And like I'm in my bag. I need to get in my bag. I'm not in my bag. I need to get in my fucking bag. Last night inspired me, and I'm ready to work. And I asked a very specific question. I asked, how can I connect with you all? Again, I've connected with some of them. One brother did a film from Queens native, did a film called More Dead Than Alive, More Dead Than Living, or something like that. Dead More Than Living, something like that, right? But powerful. We connected, exchanged info, and we're looking to, get some tea, have some fruit next week, right? Get some coffee. He said, right, coffee dates. I love it. But get some coffee next week and chat. He got some ideas. I got some ideas. We shared some ideas yesterday. And I'm ready to fucking work. And I'm ready to work. Like, I'm ready to, like, today in my crib, create some shit. I got like, I'm ready to work, man. I fucking love acting and I love film. I love creating film, and I haven't done it enough. And like, I'm not mad at myself because I'm doing other shit, right? But I'm mad at myself because I'm doing other shit, and I'm doing important shit. Food justice, important, right? Team meeting today, I got to go to. Important every week, right? Showing up Thursdays in Queensbridge, distributing food, very important to me. Not even just that it's important in the world, it's important to me. It's important that I do these things. However, I do know that I need to get back in my creative bag. I do know that I was telling Mona last night, I have been consuming more than I've been creating. Been watching, and I've been dealing with some shit, right? But like, I need to create dealing with some shit. I need to create some shit, even about the shit that I'm dealing with, right? Issues with my children. I create a film, father and his ex-wife, and right, like I can create real content based on what's really happening. I know how to do that. I'm a pretty good writer. Black Chalk Lines was in one of the films that my brother and I wrote a couple years ago, Less Fortunate, which I actually just submitted to the Every Nigga Deserves film thing that they're doing, I think, next week or something like that. But the deadline was tomorrow. I think deadline was 14th, Friday. So I don't know. Whenever they're doing it, they're doing an online film online film night. I submitted Less Fortunate yesterday, and we'll see what happens, right? But yeah, I got some shit. I've created a few short films, created a few short documentaries, right? I have some documentaries about my life and my work, and I'm not done yet. I'm gonna actually submit some clips from SRDaily to the Weeby Awards, right? Which is podcasts and stuff like that. I'm gonna submit a few clips to that. And yeah, man, we're gonna see what's happening. Right? But yeah, I'm super expired. I'm not expired yet. Super inspired. Sefu Sankofa, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. Thank you for tuning in, player, all the way from Cuba. But let's move right along, family, to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, our tip of the day, as always. Today's tip is to find Razor. What's going on, God body? Today's tip of the day is to find more reasons to laugh. The Rick Miller Foundation. Rick Miller, what's going on? Find more reasons to laugh, whether laughing at yourself or something else. Laughter is a fucking gift, like truly it is. So, real story. Norman Cousins, journalist, author, and peace advocate. When he faced a life-threatening illness, he turned to laughter, right? And I'm gonna read. We're gonna read something from one of my favorite books, Wisdom of the Ages, 60 Days to Enlightenment, right? I got a bookmark in there and I had to put a lighter in there so I don't lose my page. But when Norman Cousins was told that he suffered from a disease that was virtually incurable, a deterioration of the spinal cord that would claim his life, he decided to have as many hilarious films brought to his hospital room as the family could find. He spent every day watching reruns of comedy shows, such as those of the Three Stooges, Abbott and Costello, and Jack Benny. His therapy was laughter. His true story, Anatomy of an Illness, which I'm actually going to order, was a bestseller that described how he was cured of his terminal illness through the medicine of laughter. When we laugh, we literally change the chemistry of the body. We introduce peptides and endorphins into our bloodstream that can have an enormous healing impact on the body. Isn't it fascinating that tears of laughter have a different chemical makeup than tears of sadness? Powerful. Isn't it fascinating that tears of laughter, tears of joy, have a different chemical makeup than tears of sadness? Because when we laugh, we literally change the chemistry of the body. We introduce peptides and endorphins into our bloodstream, released from the brain into our bloodstream, that can have an enormous healing impact on the body. So when we say laughter is medicine, we're not just saying that just because it sounds fucking cute. We say that because it's absolutely true. Laughter is medicine. Laugh a lot. Laugh a little. Like, laugh a little more, right? Like, go to comedy shows. Watch comedy films, right? One thing I need to push myself to do more is watch less films, suspense thrillers. I love fucking suspense thrillers. I love action, violent movies, right? I had a violent past, but I'm remembering that although I'm not acting violently, and part of why I watch them is because I do have a lot of anger inside of me, right? There is a lot of anger inside of me from the few situations that I'm dealing with in my personal life that are very real and that cause real anger, but I'm not going to act violently. So to get the anger out, I watch a movie when motherfuckers getting shot and killed. But I know that has an impact on my psyche, right? But I also know that I am conscious of that impact and I am aware of that impact, and I'll meditate and I'll breathe and I'll do all of these things so that I don't then internalize, because what can happen is a person can watch those films about violence and then go out and act violently. I used to listen to Tupac, and sometimes I would listen to Tupac and violent music in the 90s, early 2000s, and I would smoke, drink, and just chill. But sometimes I would hear some shit. I don't want to go out there with that energy, like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Who want it? Who wants smoke? I would go out there with that energy, and that shit was never good, right? The Rick Miller Foundation, helping family by providing food and personal hygiene needs. Oh, dope. Thank you. Laura Holmes, what's going on, sister? Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, that's the tip of the day, man. Find more reasons to laugh. Laugh a lot. Please do laugh. Real story. Norman Cousins. You could Google him. You can read up on the story. Journalist, author, peace advocate. You can get his book, Anatomy of an Illness, and just understand how laughter cured him from a spinal injury, right? Spinal disease that was said to be incurable, right? Let's move right along though to our fourth and final segment, our build of the day. Today's build, I want to talk about how John Johnson said, "Follow your smile. Words I live for." Ashe, brother. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yo. Fourth and final segment, build of the day. We'll talk about regular check-ins with your partner and really any loved one, how essential that is, right? So Kimona and I do check-ins. I think we can do them a little more often, but we do check in with each other, really how you feeling, what's going on. Is there anything, I remember asking her a question. Is there anything I'm not doing that you would like me to do more of? And that led to ultimately some deep healing for both of us, right? Individually and our relationship, we were able to express some things, right? And it, again, I like to believe it brought us a lot closer. All right. In a year and some change in, we still have not had an argument, right? Of course, we've had conversations that weren't always comfortable, right? Sometimes needed a moment to like gather thoughts and like come and express. But a year in, we haven't had an argument. A year in, my last relationship, we broke up 3 times. We broke up 3-4 times a year in my last relationship, right? Dynamics, right? Growth, personal individual growth, and then just how we mesh with different people. But regular check-ins are absolutely important. It allows for some necessary communication. I like to think is how Mona and I maintain not just a spark and not just a flame, but we maintain liking each other. And I stand by the statement that it's super important to actually like the person you're with. People are with people, living with people, married to people, have children with people that they do not like. They do not like. And what's crazy is that they don't like each other, but they have more children. They have more children. They create more connections, and they don't like each other. You can tell they don't like each other because they look for the smallest things to argue about, right? They may love each other, and again, love is cool, but I know I've learned love ain't enough. Love is not enough to sustain, right? And like it's yes, because you say, "Oh, love sustains you," and yes, but no, you need more than just love. You need like. You gotta like the person that you are with. You gotta want to be around them. You gotta have respect for the person that you are with, right? You gotta really, and again, like this is love. You want the best for them, but also not just tolerate them, desire them, and desire spending time with them, not just for what you can get, not just for sex, not just for whatever else, whatever other benefit they bring to your life. You got to be really just for them. Like I really love Kimon and I really like her because of who she is, separate from anything she's done for me. I like her for who she is, how she shows up in the world, how she engages with her family, how she engages with her community, with her friends, right? Men and women, how she shows up for people. Similar to me, she shows up for exes. I show up for exes. My last partner couldn't stand her exes, so had issues with her exes. So therefore, she had issues with me and my exes because she didn't like her exes. And how could you still want to be friends with your ex? Because I got exes who like we did it in like there was no fucking abuse, there was no hate, right? Just like this shit ain't working. Like let's go separate ways. And so like we can still be cool, right? And even if there was some heavy emotion in the split, right? Because nobody really likes to split. Like I like you more than that. I like you more than I like you as a person more than I care about the loss of connection, the loss of intimate relationship that we had. Redefine a relationship, right? Come on, has similar situations where like, and I think that's mature. I think that is beautiful because like I like to say, if you love somebody, if you really genuinely love somebody, even if you are not together, there is still a connection. That connection does not just go away, and to act like it does, I think you're fooling yourself and you may be lying to your other partner. And then lying, hiding, suppressing, shit comes out in other ways. So like, yeah, this is my homie. I still want to kick it with my homie. Right? I still want to check up on my homie, go see my homie, spend time, laugh with my homie. Because we got a good relationship. And like, I really like you as a person. I think you're a dope human being. So like, all right. So yeah, separate from exes, it's important to like the person that you're fucking with. Don't be with somebody that you just love, but you don't like them. You gotta like them. I think like is extremely important. All right. Yeah, very, very, very important. So yeah, that's the build of the day. Check in with your partner, find out what's going on, find out, how they really feeling, do a PIMS check-in, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and social. Right? Do a check-in, do a thorough check-in. How are you feeling? How are you, right, with them? And then how are we? Is there anything I'm doing that you would like me to stop doing? Is it something that I'm not doing enough of? Right? Check in. Check in. It can only make your relationship better, right? Especially if you're mature to handle it, because there may be some shit may come up that like they don't like, right? Either some shit that you're doing they don't like, and they don't like that you're doing, or some shit that you're not doing that they would like you to do more of. And you're like, damn, I thought I was. No, get out of that. You ask the question. Ask the question. And like really care about what they say and really like make adjustments. All right. But guys, that's our show for today. Sarah, what's going on? Earthborn, what's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. 28 years of marriage, communication and respect equals love. Beautiful, Annette. 28 years of marriage. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Congratulations. I will you 28 more years of marriage in harmony with your love. Guys, that is our show for today. That's our show for today. Listen, please do tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, man. Thank you for tuning in today. Today is Tuesday, November 11th. If you're my friend on Facebook, tomorrow, please do wish Mona Love a happy birthday. She is turning a beautiful age tomorrow. Hit her up if you got a number. Text her if you don't got a number. Hit her on Facebook. Hit her on Instagram. Tell her happy birthday, man. She's a beautiful fucking woman. She's an incredible human being, and I am extremely fortunate to call her my woman, my fiance, my partner, my love, my dear, my all of that good shit. And yeah, man. Show her some love. Show her some love. Show her some love. Maylin, what's going on, sister? Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Sefu said, love is what you do. Absolutely. Love is an action word. Try to outserve your partner. When you fall short, you're still serving. Absolutely. I love that. I really love Maylin. She is principled. Ashe. Absolutely, Ray. My ex-wife and I still have love, different but important. Absolutely. We love you. Now, listen, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Please do join us right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. I'm your boy, your host, Sean Sugar Marson. This is episode 495 of SRDaily. Next week, this time, we are in Queensbridge Live for episode 5. Episode 500, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 1 hour we're going to do next week. We're going to have a few guest interviews. I'm locking them in this week. We're going to put some flyers up around the neighborhood, and we're going to do our best to have a full crowd. If you know somebody who may be interested in coming, please do invite them. Get the flyer, get the RSVP link, send it to your peoples, man. Invite them to come. If you can make it, I would love to see you there. Live audience. It's going to be a beautiful thing. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're going to have some sparkling beverage. We're going to have some fruit. It's going to be a beautiful time to be alive, right? But thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up! The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.